This week, we have a movie.
I killed a fly.
Oh, my God.
I'm very proud of myself.
You
I stalked it for 20 minutes.
You did. You stalked it all over the place.
Yeah.
That was something else. But it's gone.
It is.
Deservedly so.
Indeed.
Yeah. Don't come into the castle if you're not willing to pay the price.
That's right.
Well, so as I was saying, we have a movie this week, and there's some thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, we disagree on some things, but we agree on other things. It was a real discussion.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I think, like up front, one of the things that you can learn is when you make a movie, we've always said, when you make a movie, having people talk about it is a good thing.
Generally.
Afterwards,
yes.
right? Unless everyone, is slamming it, but then who knows what that's all about. However, when you have two people having a discussion and half of that discussion is misinterpretations on both sides, or not misinterpretations, but different perspectives of what happens in a particular spot or what's, going on, that's not good.
It might be good if it's like an abstract sort of weird art house thing.
Yeah. This isn't an art house film.
No.
It's, for a straight plot film, everybody should be kind of on the same page as to the points and what's going on in a particular scene, why something happened, right? It should be pretty clear. We have discussions on that.
We do. We have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, we do. And some of them are the same. Some of them are not. But
well,
maybe we should get going on this.
I just keep thinking about that fly.
I was just going to say,
I'm very proud of myself. Yeah. You know what? I hope that you all kill your flies.
Yes. Yes. And I'm sure there are some people who are very druid-like and don't want to, but to each their own. We kill them. We want them gone.
I'm fine if it's outside, but if it's in my domain, you're in my house, man.
Yeah, if we're having like a barbecue and stuff.
You weren't invited.
We're out doing something and there's, flies. It's fine. It's their domain.
Yeah.
Right? But not while we're eating dinner inside.
No.
Okay.
I feel like a true hunter.
So, extra bonus, folks. Some fly advice. Get them.
Let's get into this movie.
All right, let's do it.
Hey there, B-Siders. Welcome to another episode of Bravo for the B-Side. This is Danny.
And this is Jim.
And a lot has happened since we last recorded an episode.
Yes. Where should we begin?
How about the soup of the day?
Well, let's lead up to that.
Okay.
We have lost Ray Liotta this week. So this is a Memorial Day recording. The end of Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
So obviously it will be dated when this comes out. But yes, Ray is no longer with us.
Which is a real shame.
It is. And what can you say? There's so many good movies, so many good roles over so many years.
He was sort of this ubiquitous presence in all these like gritty movies,
Yeah.
And also very funny.
Well, and he's one of the few people who have mocked themselves in commercials, which I think says a lot. I seem to, from what, everyone says, pretty down-to-earth fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another one gone from the old guard.
Wow.
Well, let's see. This weekend's been busy. I don't think anything's really happened during the week.
Well, there was a big piece of news during the week, but by the time this comes out, it will be dated. And it's sort of politically charged.
Oh, well, yeah. I think everyone knows what happened the week leading up to Memorial Day. Yeah, it's a tragedy, and you really just can't do justice talking about it unless you like dive into it. But this isn't, CNN or,
Right.
we don't have that kind of band. That's not what we're here to do. So that happened again. And I think, smart, right-minded people know what needs to be done. And, hopefully we'll get there so that this stops happening.
Hopefully.
Because you know what? When I was in school, I couldn't even imagine this. This shit just didn't happen. So clearly, right? Something went sideways.
Yeah.
And the only way to fix it is, start from center. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to politicize.
Midge and I spent some quality time together. We had a nice little spa day.
Yes, you took Friday off.
Yeah.
Midge had the day off. So you guys went out and treat yourselves.
We did. We had a treat yourself day. And it went very well.
Face things, nail things, sushi.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So good.
I know.
Had some teriyaki salmon. Oh.
I just sat here at my desk and did stuff.
Wow.
But Friday night, we had a marathon D&D session, 10 hours.
Yes.
Followed up
by another session Saturday night.
So Saturday was just kind of like recovery day.
Yeah.
And then Saturday at 6, we started up again and went till almost about 1:30.
1:30-ish.
Yeah. Wrapped up a whole thing. So
yeah,
we started something next week.
We won D&D.
You won D&D. Yes. Yes. And then Sunday should have been a recovery day, but we did laundry, did shopping, modicum of cleaning.
A big thing.
And then I decided to start rearranging the office.
Yeah. How long did you say that you thought it would take you?
So
2 hours?
We were now. Listen. So we had to rearrange the office, our recording space, to suit present needs because things have changed. So essentially switch sides and made it so you have a work area.
A proper work area.
Instead of just a place to sit to record.
Yes.
Because you never actually sat in this room working.
Well, it wasn't functional for me to sit in here working.
No, but you were just out on the couch. I mean, it didn't matter. Because that's, but I was thinking with Lily now, school's coming to an end. It's going to be summer vacation. She can't be out there. It's not a good shared space.
No.
Especially because you're phone centric and stuff. So I thought we needed to do something to bring you in here. So we created a space, bought a monitor. That's the whole thing. Designed this whole thing around a monitor, essentially. Yes. So we'll see. Like it. Well, yeah, I'm glad you like it. We'll see how this sounds because this is a very different setup.
It is.
So there might be some tweaking.
Yeah.
And there's a couple things that we're going to do to make things a little bit easier. But we don't have anything between us.
We don't. Except this tripod with my notes.
Well, yeah, but needs must for now. Yeah. That took 9 hours.
Yep.
And yes, before we began, we were sitting outside having a cigarette. And I said, I wonder, do you think I could get this done in 2 hours?
In time for dinner?
Yeah, time for dinner.
I said no.
Yeah, rightfully so. And 9 hours later, with another half hour, 45 minutes today of little bits, like straightening my desk.
Yeah.
I had all my little bits and bobbles about.
But functionally, it was all together yesterday.
It was. Yeah. I wasn't going to go to bed last night until this was working. My stuff for work was working because it's like you can't enjoy a day and be like, oh, we'll finish it tomorrow because then if something comes up, then it's too late. But anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah. So.
And then today.
Oh, and today, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got up and
decided to get out of town.
Hit the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sick of, well, D&D and then the office thing kind of killed anything, so I wanted to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Got a long weekend. We should, go and do a thing.
Yeah. So we did.
Yeah.
We went to Baraboo.
We did.
By the back roads.
Yes.
Just, for a nice little drive. I mean, driving on a highway to get out of town is just as boring as being in town.
It is.
So
we took the long way and we took a ferry.
Yes, the Merrimack Ferry. Folks in the area know it well. And it was a day of firsts.
Yes. I had never been on a ferry before.
It just amazes me.
Why?
Well, because that's like right there. And it's, I don't know. Anyway.
Were you judging me or something?
No, it was just unusual. But anyway, so it was a first for you. It was a first for the Midge. And it's a super short ride.
It is.
But I love being on a boat, any kind of boat.
Yeah.
Big boats. Rowboats don't excite me.
Right. And little speedboats.
Yeah. I like being on a ship.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
So I enjoyed that. And then we found a place to eat.
Well,
we hit Baraboo.
We were trying to find a place to eat in Merrimack.
Yeah, and tell us about that.
Well, there's this little place by the ferry, right? It says it's a bar and grill. The thing about rural Wisconsin, is that when something calls itself a bar and grill, it doesn't mean that it's a sports bar restaurant type deal with a, like a bar in it. It means that it's a bar.
Yes, it does.
And also they serve food.
Yeah.
If you ask nicely.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's fine.
So we were looking, thinking about going to this place. Had to end up turning around and we went back towards it. And on the opposite side of their sign that said, spring has sprung and so have our burgers or something like that.
Yeah, we're like, let's get some sprung burgers,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to see what else was down the road, but nothing. I think there was one other maybe place, but it was closed.
Yeah.
Because it's Memorial Day.
It is
rightfully
Memorial
so.
Day.
Right.
So on the opposite side of this sign with the sprung burgers.
As we're pulling into the parking lot.
Soup of the day.
Whiskey. So we pulled in and Lily's points that out. I'm like, huh. And she said something like, oh, I know Dad's thinking. I think we're just going to pass right through here, through the parking lot. I mean, it wasn't my ideal choice, but the thing about going for drives into little areas and rural areas is finding those little places.
Yeah.
Just to get away from the fucking Starbucks and the, Culver's and Jimmy John's and
if it were just you and me, we might have gone.
Might have gone. Yes, might have. But yeah, with our 13-year-old daughter, it's already a rough thing to go into these, bar restaurants because, but that did it for me. Soup of the day, whiskey. Said, okay, we're going to move on down the road.
Right.
So we did find a nice little place. Well, not really a little place.
It was a little bit of an upscale.
Yeah, in Baraboo. And had a good meal there. And then we took Lily to Circus World Museum. We passed it going in. And
she was intensely curious.
Yeah.
Because she saw the elephants.
Yeah. And I haven't been there since 4th grade.
I've never been there.
And it didn't look like that when I was in 4th grade, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, you had never been. Lily had never been. And we went with 1 hour to spare. They closed at 4.
Yes.
We got there at 3, which is fine. And it's like they were trying to talk us out of it.
It was like she was like, there's only an hour.
And the show is like almost half over. And I'm like, we're fine. We just want to walk around, see stuff.
Yeah.
So we did. We walked through the museum bit and checked stuff out, went outside, crossed the creek and
Yeah.
Went into the big tent, saw the last couple shows or the last couple acts of the big tent.
Which were pretty good.
Yeah, they were fun, And then walking out, Lily expressed interest in riding an elephant.
Yes.
Yes.
So she got to ride an elephant.
She got to ride an elephant. It's funny at 13. So anyway, yeah, she got her elephant ride and was thrilled. And, what every parent wants to hear. I had way more fun today than I thought I would.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of cool because she was mostly curious about the elephants, right?
Yes.
That's the whole reason she wanted to go. But as we were exploring the museum and stuff, she was super duper interested in the outfits and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, because it's only ever been stories and TV and old movies and stuff. But you go in there and you're like, man, these people were actually serious. Look at these beautiful clothes, these outfits, the equipment, everything was so fantastic. And yes, I know there are people like circuses are terrible, animals and this and that. Okay, but we're at a fucking museum, so quiet down, people.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Well, and I think she also was afraid, and she expressed this, that it would be all clowns.
Yes. It's
for her, circuses equal clowns. And we're like, well, clowns didn't come till later.
Yeah. I mean, that was an added thing.
I still don't think she believes me about clown eggs.
Oh, the patenting the faces? I don't know. She'll come around.
It's a thing.
But anyway, it was an excellent weekend. I'm very tired.
I'm tired too.
Back hurts. That's a lot of folks. I got to tell you, we keep saying it's like a 10x6 room, and it is. Not bullshitting you, right? But there is so much stuff in here.
It is jam-packed.
So I'm going to tell you, it's 9 hours worth of taking all the shit out that can go out, undoing all the cables. Yours isn't so bad now. I mean, you've got take me 45 seconds.
I got nothing going on here.
My whole setup here.
Yours is a thing.
Oh, all the stuff and run. Yeah. And then you got to undo all the power stuff, which is run through, and one end won't fit through this way or that way. Oh, got too much stuff.
We have become certified experts, I think, in jam packing as much stuff without it being hoarding levels cluttered, right?
Yeah.
Into a small space.
Yeah. Should we start talking about this movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say there's a bit of a division of opinion in this one, which we will discuss.
Nothing wrong with that.
Shall I get into it?
Tell us what the movie is and some information about it, please.
I will do that very precise thing that you suggested to the letter.
Excellent.
Okay.
And go.
So this week's movie is Blush. Done in 2020 or released in 2020. Written and directed by Deborah Eisenstadt. Starring Wendy McClendon-Covey, Kate Alberts, Amy Anderson. The rating on it was TV-14. So I wonder if that's what you put.
Yeah, I think it was given that rating.
Well, it's funny because it's on Tubi.
Yeah.
Right. Most everything we're going to be talking about for the rest of the year is going to be Tubi based, with whatever exceptions come up. A lot of times indie films that don't make it to release don't get a rating. So when they go to places like Tubi, sometimes they'll rate them instead of putting no rating, like NR.
Yeah, or it might have gotten a run on IMDb or on even Lifetime.
Yeah, someone would have done that because it's a movie, so it's weird that it gets a TV. But as you know, folks, with streaming, everything is going to TV ratings now.
This movie does have a little bit of a Lifetime perfume.
It does.
To it.
It does. And one of the reasons I picked it is because, it looked interesting for the trailer. And Wendy McClendon-Covey, I've loved her since Reno 911 and all the stuff that she's been in. Her little tiny cameo in The Office when they go to some conference and she's the concierge. I was just so happy to see her, Yeah. It's like a nothing part, but there you go. So anyway, so what this movie is about, logline. When a troubled suburban mom cat sits for her sister, she finds herself caught up in the scandalous lives of the next door neighbors.
Yeah.
Yes.
She sure does. So we started with the woman. She's staring at a hair on her husband's back. He's sleeping. And she pulls it off to examine it.
Yes.
And then later we see her getting ready for the day. She's got this whole routine she does, right?
Yeah.
To make herself look perfect. That's the goal of this routine, is to make herself look perfect.
Right.
So it's like shower, it's all kinds of stuff. Makeup, hair, just the whole shebang.
And let's not forget standing on the scale.
Yep, that's the first thing, stand on the scale.
Very suburban wife.
It's very image centric.
Yes.
And she's giving her, as they're getting ready, like she's giving her husband a lot of looks, right?
Yeah.
And then we see her, she's braiding her daughter's hair at the kitchen counter. And they've made a cake for some kind of contest. And there's like some discussion about how the husband's like, oh, well, you actually made it. The daughter didn't make it. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so they go to the school. The cake is just like this beautiful woodland Pinteresty deal.
Yeah.
And the kid is in a dance group, and this dance group is like, they're performing, and it's very sexual. Their dance.
So yeah. I wrote just a couple words, a little too sexy for preteens.
Yeah.
Left it at that.
A lot of skin showing.
If you think of Little Miss Sunshine, her dance, right, that Grandpa helped her do, that was way tamer than what was happening here. So we had juicy butt jiggles.
Yeah.
We had, the outfits also.
Thigh slapping.
Yeah.
Twerking. So, it's uncomfortable to watch.
Yes.
And the mom, the woman, is like clearly not into this in the audience, right?
Right.
But her husband next to her is smiling at it.
Yeah.
And it's all very awkward and weird. And they won the cake thing. So then she goes to someone's house. There's lots of cat stuff. So this must be her sister, right? And she's getting instructions from her sister on how to take care of the cat. And there's a lot of it. And it's like you walk in and the amount of cat stuff makes you think that there's like 13 cats in this house. But there's just the one.
Yeah.
One cat.
She's one of those cat owners, right?
And she's a little bit of a mess, the sister, right? She's got some issues.
Yeah.
The sister makes a comment about how annoying her new neighbors are. And then, the woman is like hike walking or like power walking.
Well, she's doing the Runyon Canyon walk. Okay. Everybody in LA who is into this, like Kevin Smith became a big fan so he could stay alive.
Sure.
Walking the canyon. And the goal is to be able to walk the whole thing and walk back because you're like walking up. So people will go and make it to a certain point and then they'll just keep going till they can go a little further and go a little further.
Okay.
It's a rigorous thing. It looks ridiculous when you see just like the one, like her.
Yeah.
Right? Hitting it. She's like power mom mall walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, walking the canyon is a huge thing. You'll see celebrities and just tons of normal people who just want to, keep fit.
Sure.
Or at least some super good cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. She's also like picking up litter.
Yes.
As she goes. So it's another day and the daughter is annoyed with the mom this time when they're doing her hair. And the mom suggests doing a family activity and they're like blowing her off pretty harshly. She suggests a couple of things and they're like, no. She suggests hiking and they're like, we can't keep up with you. You're a robot.
Right. Yeah, I thought I thought I missed something because the first time her daughter's into her braiding her hair,
Yeah.
right? And it seemed like, other than between her and her husband, clearly we're like, okay, there's a tension point that will come up later.
Right.
But it seemed like this was a nice little gig.
But the daughter and husband here are like ganging up on her.
Yeah, day 2, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
What did she do that we didn't see?
I know. And it feels pretty harsh to me. And then we see her at her sister's. She's cleaning. And she's cleaning like pretty aggressively.
Yeah. Well, she was picking up the garbage aggressively too.
Yeah.
Even that dirty used condom that she.
Right.
It's like, wow.
And she watches the neighbors through the window that her sister complained about. They're bickering about something. And then at the school, she's in some group with the school. This woman's like superwoman. She apparently does everything.
It's the suburban mom thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't work.
Yeah.
She's a stay-at-home mom, but she's got a teenage daughter who's in school. So that time is spent committees.
Yeah.
Baking contests, extracurriculars,
Yeah.
Just crazy.
I mean, it's like one punch bowl shy of Stepford, kind of the way she's going about her.
Oh, absolutely. It would
stuff.
Absolutely have been Stepford if 2 of those women had shown up at a building in the same outfit.
Right.
Bam, Stepford.
Yeah. So she's on some group that like volunteers for the school, listening to some of the women there debate on whether someone's husband is cheating. And she must be worried about this too, but not saying anything because that night she's all up on her husband, who is like just baffled by her attention. Right?
Yes.
Not complaining, but obviously very confused.
Right.
About what is going on. And then when he's asleep, she's like trying to look through his phone, but she can't get through the password.
Right. Yeah, she's trying a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that was. So I get that this is a problem, right? And we're up to a point where we'll either be educated on this some way or somehow. But that move right there, that still mystifies me. I know your passcode. You know my passcode.
Right. We
even
did
have
our
faces,
Face ID on each
right?
other's phones.
And I would never go to your phone. If that inkling even came up, I should have way earlier gone to you with my concern.
Yeah.
And this is what I don't understand. I mean, I know what happens, and it's way more common than the other way. But right. I'm just like, just say something. Because this is only going to make things worse. If she did get, I'm thinking, God, if she did get in, what kind of a can of worms does she not know?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've been in a horrible relationship where the person snuck through my phone.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a violation.
If you go to me, if you go to somebody's phone and go through it, it's over, it's done. It was done before that.
Yeah.
There's nothing even talking. It doesn't matter what was found at that point.
Right.
Because this has been dead and in the grave, and you've just been zombie walking.
Yeah.
I found this. What does it matter? We're done. We're done.
Right.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So later, while she's at her sister's house, she sees the neighbor again, and there's a couple and a teen boy. Right.
Yes.
So it's the woman, and so she sees the woman out in the yard, and then she's leaving, and the woman comes up to her as she's leaving, the neighbor woman, and asks why she's like, did the cat lady move out? Like, what's going on? Yeah.
Like, oh, you're the new face.
Right. So they have a little bit of a chat. And the neighbor introduces herself as Gemma Jean, which we both struggled with.
I was going to say, can we talk about this for a second? So both of us heard different things.
Yes.
I heard something
Jammy jeans.
jammy jeans.
And I heard Genevieve.
Yeah. So I went through the whole thing. I'm like, you know what? Genevieve sounds good. And then when we finally caught this, then I went through and replaced everything. But universally speaking, I'm sorry. We hate to be that kind of people. What a terrible fucking name.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Gemma Jean.
Right.
And the more you hear it throughout the movie, the more you're assured you've made the right choice in dubbing this a horrible name. It rattles in the ears. It quakes the spine. It makes the brain quiver.
Anyway.
Moving on. You're going to hear it a lot, folks. I'm just warning you.
Yeah. So she ends up giving Gemma Jean a lecture about smoking while pregnant.
Yes.
She kind of micro lectures her on a couple of other things too.
Yeah.
But Gemma Jean's like, she seems very much like a free spirit. Like she doesn't really give a shit.
She's like,
oh, I know.
Yeah, but I'm just a little bit pregnant. And
right. And then she's picking up her daughter from school and she's like nosing in because her daughter was talking to someone. And she's like nosing in on this, you know. Then she's at her sister's again and Gemma Jean comes up to her complaining of a lot of medical problems.
Oh my God, yes.
Bleeding, vomiting. She's just a fucking mess.
She's shitting her brains out.
Yeah.
Is what she's saying. And then stomach cramps.
And bleeding and vomiting and
fucking wild.
Just all this stuff. And she's like, and my husband's gone. And I asked my ex-husband, but he can't do it. Or she doesn't want him to.
Yeah.
She goes to all this like very personal stuff. And so, I decided to start calling this woman Kat because Gemma Jean calls her Kat.
Right.
So Kat brings Gemma Jean to the doctor, where she discovers that she's going through menopause. Her pregnancy test was a false positive. She's actually, just going through the natural aging process. And the doctor lists off all the awful symptoms of menopause.
Yeah. And then tries to wrap it up with, hey, don't look at it as a sunset. There's plenty of hours left in the day.
I know.
I'm like,
fuck this guy.
Dude, how long have you been like treating women?
Oh.
That is not what you say.
Right?
Oh.
So they go out to, chill somewhere. And they get Bloody Marys, which Kat initially is not about, but then is okay with it.
Right.
She's like, it's 10 in the morning or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Gemma Jean's like, who cares? And they're talking a little bit and kind of getting to know each other more. Kat lets her know about the angels, the school committee that she does. And Gemma Jean's like, why do you do that? And Kat doesn't really have an answer, which I find very interesting.
Yeah. She actually just kind of like the life left her face.
Yeah.
Like, no one's ever asked her why.
Right.
Which is a little unsettling.
Yeah. And she seems jealous of Gemma Jean. Yeah. Not in a like vicious, jealous kind of way, but in a like, God, I wish I had that. Because Gemma Jean's got a friend that comes up to her, they do like kisses and they chat for a little bit and the friend wanders away. Gemma Jean seems like, she just had this awful morning, right? But now she's got Bloody Marys and she's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Drink your troubles away.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Kat is like, she's very taken by Gemma Jean.
Mm-hmm. So we get to another morning. Daughter and husband are completely ignoring Kathy.
Yeah.
This isn't like they're, interacting. She brings something up and they just decide not to answer. This is like she's, made breakfast. Nobody gives a shit. Her whole presence in the kitchen. They're just not even acknowledging her, and it's just super silent.
Right.
So you're like, what the hell is going on here? So then we get to the ladies club, and there's a new person running the show.
Yeah.
Now, we met this lady a bit earlier, but it wasn't worth noting at the time.
Right.
She is like Kathy times 10.
Yeah.
Right? She is super anal retentive. She is super Stepford and super stereotypical 50s Boosters Club nonsense.
Right.
Right? So anyway, she's like calling orders and doing things and telling people this, do you want to do this? We're going to do that. And this is what's coming up. Kathy is pissed. You see it, but she doesn't say anything.
Right.
Right. And they actually kind of dismiss her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was in the memo. And this one lady's like, well, she wasn't here last week. And she's like, oh, well, I emailed it to all the important people. We'll just move on. It's like, whoa, damn.
Where Kat was kind of queen bee before.
Yeah, in her way.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know how these women thought this is better, because this woman I found to be intolerable for the minute and a half she was on screen. Like, I don't want any part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So then she's back at her sister's. Gemma Jean calls over to help. She needs help catching a rat. So she goes over, they do it, they get it in a bucket, right? And then they're hanging out. And Gemma Jean says she knows Kathy, that she was her, and that Kathy needs perspective. And Kathy right away is like, rah, 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 rah. But then they're sharing a vape. And Gemma Jean starts to give her a massage when her son comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Gemma Jean's son. So that's it. And then we cut. Now, another morning, more silence. I don't know how you can make silence more awkward than the last time there was silence, but it's been done here. Because you just feel like there's something's brewing, right?
Yeah.
You just have that feeling. And then we're with Gemma Jean again at her sister's. I will say, we're going to apologize up front. This fucking movie is all over the place. It is. It's like a 12-legged rat with its ass on fire. It is in every corner of the room almost at once.
I mean, I realized, we forgot to mention the sister went to a meditation retreat.
Oh, a 6-week, meditation
very
retreat,
long. Because
she lost her husband.
Right.
Yeah, she needs to get her shit together because she was a wreck, as we said. She was in bad shape. So it was really hard to figure out what's fucking notable.
Yeah.
And what's not. So, we're 50-50 on this. Anyway, then Gemma Jean is, she's with Gemma Jean and her sisters. There's just some talking and stuff. And I got to tell you, this cat does not like Kathy. It scratches her. I mean, I wrote pretty roughly, and then we saw it. This cat mauled her. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And, she's trying to grab from under the couch. And then she's at home. Her hand is wrapped in a towel. It's got blood all over it. She says she should see a doctor. To herself, husband and daughter are leaving for some trip.
Right.
And Kathy can't go because she's sitting with a cat. She's got this thing going on with her hand.
Right.
And just kind of, it's a whole thing. Oh, man. And then we're at Kathy's house and Gemma Jean is there and they're talking. Kathy's hand is wrapped a little bit cleaner now. Gemma Jean gives her some painkillers. Kathy waffles, but then she takes it with a drink of champagne.
Right.
Right. And Gemma Jean is trying on some of Kathy's clothes. She's like, oh, this is awesome. She's like, oh, that's from way back. I don't wear that. And Gemma Jean's like, why? This is awesome.
Right. Kat does mention she's saving them for her daughter.
Oh, yeah. In case she wants to wear them when that time comes, as daughters wear, which I thought was, kind of sweet because we're going through that.
Mm-hmm.
Lily loves wearing your stuff
Oh, yeah.
because she looks good in everything.
I know.
Even though she tries, she eats it up right then, but then ask her like any other like off day. And she'll be like, I look terrible.
I know.
But then she'll try that stuff on. She's like, yes. And then Gemma Jean kisses Kathy.
Yeah. Because she is begging to wear this dress, and Kathy finally relents.
Yeah. The next thing, they're walking into a club.
A party.
Is it a party? I thought it was a club.
It's a party because Jem invited her before the cat scratched her.
Is it a party at a club?
No, it's just a party.
It's a weird house then.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I struggled over this, but I saw it in the club. But anyway, it's full of gay people, and Kathy is she gets like rigid. The kiss set her off balance a little bit. And so there's different couples and stuff. And she just, I don't know what to call it other than the Kathy look.
I guess.
I mean, she's had it for a couple things, right, that are out of sorts. Like when she saw Gemma Jean smoking, that look, everything draws down. And then she admonishes her for smoking. And then, oh my God, she's, got holes in her pants. The look.
Well, I have a lot to say about that at the end.
Okay, cool. So anyway, Gemma Jean runs over to some woman to kiss her, but that woman is sitting talking with another woman. And there's some exchange there, and Gemma Jean ends up walking out and getting into her car, pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know necessarily that this party was all like full of gay people. It just seemed like a party.
Well, I mean, not full of all.
Oh, sure.
If you go back and watch it, I mean, there are women couples and men couples, and then there's just all kinds of expression going on, people being themselves. It's a very Gemma Jean type party. It's all people being themselves, and there just usually is, the straight-laced white person is the only one, or one of maybe 3 or 4, because they have their own parties.
Sure.
Right? So that's why I thought it was a club, just because of the setup.
Oh.
I thought because everyone was hanging. I mean, they had tables. Who has tables like that in their house everywhere?
I don't know
either. Bothers me. But anyway, so yeah, after this woman kind of apparently broke up with her or was interested in this other woman or something, we didn't get like any history, any details.
I don't know. I don't know that it was a sexual thing. I think it was a bad interaction of some kind, where like they're mad at Gemma for something and Gemma doesn't realize that they're mad at her.
I think it was just the one. I think that they were not a couple, clearly, but it gave me the impression that her and her husband have this, very free and open lifestyle.
Huh. I interpreted it violently
she
differently.
Was thrilled. Violently differently?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, I saw it when she saw her, that look and her expression and everything. I thought, oh, so she's, oh, and then the look on her face when with the other woman was there, because the woman she was going for, she went in for the kiss and she was like, "Rah!" And then there was something said. She shot these hateful eyes at this other woman who basically just sat there. I mean, it's that whole, this is happening. I really don't have anything to do with this, but I can't leave. I can't get up and walk away. Please be over soon. There was a couple things, and then she just stomped out. So it seemed like this was like way more than your cake was shit. Kathy's kind of reaction to that. She'd be upset. This was like spurned and pissed and, that's how I took it.
Okay.
That's how I took it. So she goes out to her car. Kathy follows, but Gemma Jean drives off.
Before Kat can even get in the car.
Yep. She just speeds off. And then crashes the car because, Kathy is going to get her husband.
Yeah. Well, we hear the crash.
Yeah.
And we see Kat's horrified face.
Yeah. He ends up going to the hospital, and she stays at their place because of the son.
Yeah.
Right? And he strolls out after the dad leaves, and he tells Kathy she can go. He's like, you can go. And I love this. It's like, you seem like a normal person. Why are you with my mom?
Yeah.
Right? He tells her to be careful about taking the pills that his mom gives her, and that she should stay away from his mom, period.
Yeah.
So interesting. Very interesting. So then she goes to her sister's house. This is really weird. The cat, when she goes in, it lets her pet it and pick it up.
Yeah, he's very friendly.
She is stoned from the pills.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all of a sudden the cat pisses on her while she's holding it, runs free, and runs out of the patio door that she left open.
Whoops.
Yeah, I know. Runs into a playhouse. She tries to get it out of the playhouse, and it tears her up again. And all I wrote was, fuck that cat. The first time would have been the last time that cat did anything. Because I don't like cats. But when that shit happens, come on.
Well, I mean, after getting a cut that bad, I would do the food and water thing and then just kind of,
Yeah. So the next morning, Gemma Jean's husband,
I just call her Gem.
I'm just going to say it because I'm going to force myself through this. Gemma Jean's husband, who we learn is Paul, comes over and wakes her up. He has Kathy's dress in a plastic bag. Thought that was weird.
Why?
Gave her the dress.
Well, Gemma Jean was in a car accident when she was wearing the dress. So the dress was put in a plastic bag by the hospital and it's covered in blood.
Right. Clean it.
Well, he said, Gemma Jean insisted I return this to you.
Anyway, he ends up helping her look for this idiot cat. So they go around, they're putting up posters. When they're done, it's kind of this real awkward goodbye.
Yeah.
You know, and then he comes back to give her her phone, which apparently he was holding on to at some point. He invites himself in, and I knew this was where we were going.
Oh, yeah.
So he moves in and kisses her, and then again, and then they're making out. And then the son, who we learn is Xander, comes up and sees them through the door. So they're on the floor after sex, talking. We have cut scenes of her at home in the bathroom, kind of like after what she was doing after this,
right,
but mixed in with this, and the voiceovers. She takes another pill, has a cigarette in her bathroom, and they're laying, and he tells her about his fantasy, which was some really weird thing about fucking mutilating people. Or
yeah, like violent sexual fantasy.
Like not, yeah. And you know, the whole thing is, it's not even sexual. This is just straight Friday the 13th wackathons. Right. And then he says, oh, but it's not real. It's just a fantasy.
Yeah.
And I just wrote, this is just fucking weird.
It is weird.
Right. So she wakes up to a massage. Xander has found the cat. Oh, a massage.
I was like,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
A massage?
Yes.
That's a fancy way
to
say message.
Yeah. Oh. Jesus. My brain is I'm having such a hard time keeping we've already seen the fucking thing. We've made the notes on it. And even with all that, I'm having a hard time. Because this thing is lickety split one place and another.
It is very quick. Yeah.
So she wakes up to a message. Autocorrect got me.
Gotcha. That's good.
Yep. It didn't have massage or message, and it chose massage, apparently. So Xander has found the cat at her sister's. He's waiting outside with the cat in a box.
Mm-hmm.
she gives him a reward. He asks if it's a reward or if it's to keep him quiet. And he basically tells her he saw what they were doing on the floor. And then he hints an iPad would be good for exchange.
To keep his mouth
Keep
shut.
his mouth shut. And then when he leaves, she opens the box and the fucking cat is dead.
Right.
So next scene, she and Paul are talking to Xander. He's denying having done anything to the cat, saying, well, it was pretty weak when I was putting it in the box. And meanwhile, Paul's making him dig a fucking grave for the cat.
Yeah, Paul is essentially accusing him of killing the cat and also hitting him.
Oh, yeah, towards the end. Yeah, it gets into Xander backtalks him, and Paul just starts, and Kathy just kind of like turns and like takes a few steps away.
Right.
Right? Instead of saying something. And I thought, oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
You'll bitch at a pregnant lady for smoking. None your business. But when something real is happening, you just walk away.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on there?
So then we have Paul telling Kat that Jem wants him to go with her to couples rehab.
Yeah.
Come like right off the heels of her hospital stay.
Yeah.
And it's sort of weird because he's like, but I won't if you don't want me to. And she's like, why don't you work on your relationship? I'm married, by the way. This isn't really a thing.
Yeah. So more to talk about at the end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just really weird.
He says that his parents are going to be there to watch Xander, but asks her to keep an eye on him while they're gone.
Right.
And she's like, okay.
A little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then she sees that she's got a lot of missed messages from Matthew. And I wrote, husband?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it goes without saying, this is again one of those where names are not easily obtained.
Right.
And more about that at the end.
It's a little digging.
Yeah.
So she calls and she wants to talk to the daughter, but is like denied that. Right. And it seems like she's missed something big.
Yeah. I thought there was like an accident or something because it was like 30 fucking.
Or like she forgot to pick up the kid from a flight or something.
Yeah. It was this whole big thing.
It turns out that the kid got her period while visiting grandma.
Yes.
So while she's, with her daughter cleaning the underwear, right?
I just want to touch on that because I noted that. All the other reservations that I have about things about this movie, I thought this was, to me, it's the first time I've actually seen something like this in a film. And I thought this was like perfect. This is something that is so real, so natural, and they made it look so authentic. And it's such a big thing in a young woman's life. The whole secret of washing blood out of your underwear, because the first time it happens, it goes up until you get like Gemagene and you're shitting your brains out and stuff. And, and menopause is like, okay, you're done. Right. I just thought that was really, I don't know. I felt it. I'm like, this is the weirdest, sweetest thing that a woman in her younger years is ever going to go through. Right. It's this moment. Anyway.
Yeah. And the secret, by the way, is, get it while it's fresh, I guess.
Yeah. Don't tuck it away at the bottom of the hamper and a week later on laundry day, expect miracles.
Right.
Yeah.
But right away, run it under some cold water. It'll come right out.
Yep.
And they do a little thing where she's like, just a trickle. right? Don't turn the sink on high.
Yeah.
And she equates it. She tells the story about how her mom told her that if you like turn the water up, it means your period's going to be heavier or something silly.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, it's just because it'll splash everywhere.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But
well, and if you got it running full blast, what you're actually going to do is run it further into the fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know this stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, the daughter is kind of poking around while they're talking about why Kat doesn't like her own mother. And there's a little bit here. There's a little bit like sprinkled throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But it's essentially like she turned out just like the mom, and that's why she doesn't like the mom.
Kind of, yeah.
Anyway. So then we see Kat giving Xander a hair wash, a trim, and some new clothes. And he's like very suspicious of her being nice to him.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when the last time, he washed his hair was or had it cut was. And he's like kind of a greasy boy, right? But he's not a horrible greasy boy.
Well, no, he's not like gnarly disgusting.
Right.
But I know the type. Okay. So we're not talking like goth. We're not talking moody broody kind of stuff. We're talking about your average 15-year-old kid, boy.
Yeah.
Who is not a jock, not popular, not in with any like real crowd.
Right.
And in those, like between 13 and 16, I see 16 because usually that's when they get their license. And that's when they realize this isn't working.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm going to be out and about and have people with me, got to make a shift.
Yeah.
Right. But I knew I went to school with a kid.
I cracked my finger.
Oh my God. Is
It was
that what
loud.
that was?
Yeah.
I heard it through here and through these.
I didn't think it would be that loud.
It's just a whole so many comedians have made jokes about it. I mean, anyone who's old enough to have had or is having a teenage boy who is just kind of doing his own thing, it's like zip up your fucking pants, the whole,
right.
They don't pull their zippers up. They'll wear a sock on one fucking foot.
Put on some deodorant.
Yeah. Put on some deodorant, but yeah, he's just sort of not into, it doesn't mean that much to him to take a shower every day. So his hair has, you notice right away, it's kind of, at first thought, it's like, oh, well, he's got like some product in it. I don't know, because it doesn't look fluffy, carefree.
Oh, no.
Maybe he's got like some Brill cream.
I lasered in. I was like, he's a greasy boy.
Excellent.
Yeah. But they're kind of talking, and she's like connecting with him on some level. And it feels like the kind of parental level that she wants to connect with her daughter on. Right?
Yes. That's what I kind of thought this was, like a surrogate,
Like my family isn't paying any attention to me, but this boy is actually talking to me and sees me as a person. You know what I mean?
And is not getting the things from his mom
right.
that she wants to give to her daughter. So win-win.
Right.
Right.
A symbiosis.
Yeah.
So then later she's talking with her husband. I didn't call him Matthew for a while, but I don't know.
I just called him husband, I think, all the way through.
So it's about getting their daughter into something other than dance.
Yes.
And he's being very snippy about it. Right? So while they argue, Jem calls, and it turns out couples rehab is not going well for her. She's not pleased with the situation there.
No, she's not.
She can't get her drugs.
No, she can't.
Her husband isn't talking. All this other stuff.
It's going poorly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, because of that conversation, Kat is trying to get Xander to go visit them in rehab. And he doesn't want to. He says he hates rehabs. So I'm guessing this isn't the first time.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
I know.
But they're like joking around with each other a little. She almost gets him to go, but he ultimately doesn't want to. So instead, she takes him for a hike, that canyon run.
Right.
And she's very energetic on this hike.
Yes.
And he's not much about it. But they're getting along pretty well until he starts to get a little weird after the hike. And he kisses her. And she immediately is like, get the fuck out of my car.
Mm-hmm.
Out, out, out.
Yep.
What are you doing?
And his response?
He is taken aback. He's surprised by this. And it's, oh.
Did you write down what he said?
No.
I did. So his response is, oh, it's okay for my dad, but not for me.
Oh, right.
And I just wrote, wow. And it still makes my stomach churn a little bit revisiting that. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
So then we see that her cat scratch is super infected right now. It's so gross.
Oh, God. To the point where I thought maybe that's a little unnecessary to show me that. It was.
Here's a tip. If you get a bad cat scratch, go to the doctor because they can be dangerous.
Well, let me add to that. Also understand what a cat scratch is. Okay. A scratch.
A gnat.
I know. I saw it fly by over here too. We are under siege, people. The gnats are upon us again. But anyway, when a cat puts its claw out and runs it across your skin and there's a little red mark, that's a scratch. She had like a fucking 1.5 inch long by 1/2 inch wide piece of flesh missing from her fucking hand, and all the assorted gouges,
not
lot of
scratches. Pierce marks.
Yeah, around there. Because you can see where it bit her and just dug into her. And then there's all these yellow pustules around it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're about 20 minutes from going gangrene.
Yeah. It's super.
It was not cool.
So then her sister, Gail, comes home and she looks great. 180-degree turnaround from when we saw her last.
Absolutely. Almost like a different person.
Mm-hmm. The retreat went very well. And she is, very bubbly coming in. How'd everything go? Oh, you cleaned. Da 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 da. Until she sees that Kat boxed up all her dead husband stuff.
Yep.
And Gail is very emotional about it.
Yep.
Says that it's weird. It is.
Extremely. Way out of bounds.
Wildly. And then asks about the cat. And then we see her digging up the cat body and having a justified breakdown about how Catherine has ruined everything, basically.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gone way beyond her purview. Didn't listen to her at all. All this stuff. And then Kat is getting in her car to leave, and Xander pops up from the back seat and nearly gives her a heart attack.
Yeah. Weird.
Very weird.
Very weird.
Yeah. And she tells him to get out, and he says he's written her a poem, and he starts reading it, and she's like, that's E.E. Cummings.
Yeah. But it felt like I was writing it as I was copying it.
Right.
Oh my God.
Very weird. And then Jem calls her and asks to meet her and to bring her some painkillers, because Jem gave her bottle of painkillers for the cat scratch.
Yeah.
And they're prescription painkillers.
Yeah.
And Kat has been taking them this whole movie.
Yes.
Right? So now Jem's calling him back in.
Loan is over.
Right. So when when Kat goes to meet her, Kat hides the painkillers.
Right. Well, she goes to meet her because Gemma Jean snuck out of rehab.
Yeah, she escaped over a fence.
Yeah.
So she hides the painkillers. And it's not sure. I'm like, partially, I think, because Jem is in rehab and doesn't need prescription painkillers.
Right.
And partly because Kat doesn't want to give them up.
Right.
And that's the bigger part.
Yes.
So she even like Jem digs through Kat's purse for them and is pissed that she doesn't have them.
Yeah.
So they end up going to like Walgreens or some drugstore and getting like some NyQuil and, whatever you can get OTC.
Yeah.
So she then wants Kat to help her sneak back into the rehab place. So we have this, I actually really love this scene where Jem is like climbing over the fence.
Well, as she preps for that with like this hero's slug of NyQuil.
Yes.
And then she tackles the fence.
And while she's climbing the fence, while she's in the middle of it, she's telling this story about, and it's almost like, I don't know, it's like the way she's telling it is very nonchalant, right?
Yeah.
She's telling the story about this daughter she had when she was 15, who she was forced to give up for adoption.
Right.
Right.
Well, she didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
She signed some papers and they said, we'll be right back with your daughter. And then they never were.
Right.
That was it. It was just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful. So she gets back in. Kat tosses her the drug bag. And then we see Kat at home, and the cat scratch is worse somehow. And Kat has collapsed. So then we see like her husband found her. She spent some time in the hospital. And when she gets back from the hospital, her husband is all helpful and all like very sweet, very lovey, very doting.
Yeah.
Saying they should go on a real date.
Yeah.
I guess absence makes the heart grow fonder. I don't know.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Or like he was worried because she collapsed because she had this nasty, disgusting cat bite.
Right. The whole thing, all of these moments just really were kind of disjointed in like, it's happening.
Well, I think the other thing was he found the painkillers as well when he found her collapsed.
Oh yeah, that all came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you pass out, it's all done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he found those and yeah.
Yeah. So she finds out later, Kat finds out that her daughter, finally got the daughter's name, Tara.
Yeah, I just kept calling her daughter.
Is hanging out with Xander now. And she finds this out because Tara and her best friend had a falling out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just so much.
She finds it out because she finds out that her friend, she was supposed to be at her friend's house, went to her friend's house. The mom was like, wow, wow, didn't you hear? Wow, wow. And I'm like, I'm just going to start. I want to save this part to the end. God damn it. If you're going to put something like this in a movie, I want to fucking know. Don't like, didn't you hear what she told her? And this and that.
And they don't tell us.
Yeah. And then you just like move past. No, that's bad radio, right?
Yeah.
You've got to put the audience in the know. If you're going to any information you introduce like that has a plot steering effect.
Yeah.
You have to give a detail.
Something.
You cannot just make a fucking movie and reference things that nobody knows anything about, is never told about, and expect us to be like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So, yeah, and she finds out that her kid is hanging out with Xander because she sneaks through her daughter's phone and finds a picture of him.
I was actually okay with that.
Well,
because I'm of the belief that, and there's a lot of people who, it goes both ways. There's half of them say do, half of them say don't. I mean, Lily knows. Privacy comes, true privacy comes when you're out of the house on your own.
It comes with trust.
Right? But even then, see, I like to play the cards of, if I feel like I need to take a look, I'm going to. And it's not a trust thing. It's, how many things could have been caught if a parent had done that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've talked a lot about a lot of things. You know, this party's just starting, right? That kind of thing is like totally out of the blue,
Yeah.
right? That's a whole different emotional roller coaster and depression and just, you know, a spiral of stuff. But there are many, many cases where people are like, yeah, if I'd have looked at that phone 6 months ago, we could have averted this path, right? Because that's what kids do. They lie. And that's, you know, Bill Cosby's greatest contribution to family humor is they lie. The only time they tell the truth is when they're in pain. And we've all been kids and we know it to be true, you know. But I'm not saying hover. I'm not saying dive in every day. But when, you know, I will always side with the parents. If your gut instinct says, I got to look at that fucking phone. I got to look at message. I got to do something. Something's not right. Do it and don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Do it and don't feel bad because they are kids. They have no fucking direction. That's our job. You know,
we found out some things via instinct.
Yeah. And yeah. So do it. This part of the movie, I'm okay with.
When I'm like, I have a feeling.
Yep. Go through your kid's shit. Rifle through. You know, we've seen people, you know, again, you know, they make fun of it in movies and stuff. People are for it or against it. I don't care.
But here's the thing.
You know,
we make no bones to Lily, right? We don't secretly look through her stuff.
Well, yeah, that's it. We're not stealthily doing it. There might be a case for that, but we have the relationship where it's like, so, you know, I'm going to go check. Am I going to find anything? You know, and I have the afforded skill of, you know, when you delete a message in, you know, like an iPhone in messages, you know, Apple tells you if you do this, it's gone forever. You can't get it back. Not your average person. I can. That's my job. That's my life. And she knows that. We've talked about it on here.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Well, you know.
In a technical age, your dad is a tech guru. Fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she finds,
she finds a picture.
Picture.
And then we see her going to her husband's office and she finds out that he's on a long lunch, a very long lunch.
2 hours.
And that this is a regular thing.
Yes.
His secretary is like, usually he's back by X time, right?
Yeah, usually he doesn't come back till 2 or a little after.
Right. And I love the interaction with the secretary too, who's like a pretty young woman, right? And Kat's clearly very threatened by her.
Oh, absolutely.
And the secretary, she's very professional too. She's like, well, I could call him on his cell phone. And Kat's like, I can call him on his cell phone.
I am his wife.
I'm his wife.
I have his number.
and this poor woman she's like, okay, well, do you want me to take a message? Or like, what do you want me to do here? She's very nice about it.
Yeah.
Right?
On this thing, there were 3 quick things. Number 1, I thought it was awesome on how often a man or woman, the person in the office, their secretary has had no interaction with the spouse, doesn't know them, hasn't never seen them. That's not uncommon.
No.
Right? Really weird. Secondly, she's just trying to do her job.
She is just trying to do her job.
You know, she doesn't know what to do in this situation. Right? It's like, well, you know, if my wife calls this and that or this and that, that's something you learn, but you have to have the interactions. So because of number 1, number 2 is going very poorly for her. And then just number 3, don't know what else to do with this woman.
Right.
She's just so awkwardly like, you can see it in her eyes. Please leave.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. If you want to call him, I mean, that's your business.
I'm just going down the list of options that I have.
Right.
Because I'm a professional.
And Kat is like threatened by everything this poor woman says. But even me, like watching this, you know, trying to put myself in Kat's shoes, because that's what you do watching a movie, right?
Exactly. The point of view.
I'm trying to go, you know, what do I see in this woman that would make me jealous, right?
Right.
She's pretty. Oh, but other than that, she doesn't seem to
Well-
like, you know,
Yeah. And I think overall, she probably wouldn't have, because it's not like he's at lunch with the secretary.
right.
She's there. He's not. He's out somewhere. The secretary knows that he takes
Right.
these long lunches.
Right.
But so it's that whole thing of like with Xander, she wants to be angry about something and at somebody, and how about this pretty young lady here,
Right.
right? Who doesn't have to step on a scale every morning and doesn't probably go through the hours long routine of, you know,
Yeah.
the shower, the tuck, the this, the that, the layers, and just everything that she feels she needs to do.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if he was cheating on her with the secretary, his secretary wouldn't be there.
Right. It'd be somebody else. A stand-in.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah. So, well, if I touch my screen too long, the keyboard comes up. I think our notes are at slightly different. Oh, no, it's up there. Okay. So that night when the husband comes home, first she goes home and goes to her daughter's room. There's loud music playing.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to get in, door's locked.
It's not locked. It's blocked.
I thought it was locked at first, and then it was unlocked, and then she couldn't open it because it was blocked.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
locked. It was just, there's something in front of it. She can
Okay.
turn the handle, but the door will not open.
Got it. Okay. Either way. So she goes in there, finally gets in. Xander's in the bedroom.
Oh.
Daughter. I will just stop right here real quick and say, I believe the modern parlance is, in that moment, I would definitely catch a charge.
Mm.
Yeah, that would have gone so bad, nightmarishly bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't look at the net.
Okay. So we get a little bit of back talk and stuff. Again, this would have gone, it would have just been blood everywhere. Right. So that night, the husband comes home and he's not impressed with Xander being friends with his daughter.
And still being there.
Yeah. First of all, still, sitting on the fucking table. And this is where I thought, Kathy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God, she is so squishy for all of her ideas and opinions and thoughts and comments and derisions. There's no fucking way that kid would have been within 1,000 feet of that fucking house, much less sitting at the fucking dinner table waiting for dad to get home. Well, dad keyed in on this and is not liking this kid.
No.
Not one bit. And then we find out, the daughter is 12.
Right.
Xander is 15 and they're in the same class. So dad is
like, what
not, not pleased about that. And it's like, well, he had some sort of thing when he was a kid and he was held back and this and that. So dad lays down the law. A whole thing goes on. I don't want to get into it. Stuff we've done, take away the phone, kid slams it on the floor. That would have gone poorly too. And the phone would have vanished forever. But then later we see Kathy meeting Xander in a parking lot. She asked, what are you doing with my daughter? The whole thing is very strange. And Xander is just a fucking weirdo at this point. I have liked him less from the first scene to this point, and this plummeted, but it plummets quicker.
Yeah.
He tells Kathy he'll stay away from her daughter if Kathy fucks him.
Yeah.
That's it. And I just wrote, this whole thing is just wrong. For me at this point, this is where the train fell off the rails. And I had a very hard time. I might miss over some stuff because I just didn't want to talk about it, because I actually stopped taking notes for a while because I was trying to soak this in.
Yeah, he says that he loves her. He's obsessed with her.
Yeah. Nothing.
Gross.
Nothing
I wrote gross 3 times.
Yeah. So the next day, Kathy goes to pick up her daughter. She's not there. She skipped school. Kathy and the husband are out looking for her. They have an argument while doing it. She tells him, it's his fault this is all happening. So he leaves in the car without her, which I thought, wow, twice in one movie. Way to go, Kath. Choose your moment better.
I guess.
Have shit to say in the car.
Yeah.
Not when they're in it and you're not. So it's at night. They get home. The daughter's in her room. Kathy
gets home.
Or Kathy gets home. Yeah. And of course, there's an argument, mother-daughter argument. A lot of Breakfast Clubby type stuff. It seems like there's almost a conversation, then it gets into an argument.
Yeah.
And then mom, Kathy tries to like reach out a little bit, and it's just this moody, broody, attitude-y kind of thing.
One of the things, though, I think is really funny is that Kat is like, you weren't answering your phone. And Tara goes, you took it away from me.
Because your husband took it away from me.
And Kat's like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. That's fair. God. So now we're at a school function. And Kathy runs into Gemma Jean in the bathroom, who very passive aggressively tells her she knows about what Kathy and Paul did.
Yeah.
Came out in counseling. And then she just turns terrible, threatening to tell Kathy's husband. Then says Xander has been sharing it as well. And I just wrote, this is some truly passive aggressive shit. Kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
I had no way to anchor any of this.
It's also not clear whether or not she knows how much Xander is obsessed with Kathy.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how much of that was going on, but also we know Xander's a lying piece of shit. So, okay. So then one morning, Kathy's trying to get her daughter to skip. She's like, hey, let's do something fun today.
Yeah, let's do a spontaneous fun day.
And do something fun together. Convinces her to go do a foot massage. They go and the place isn't open. Then they're at someone's house. It's Kathy's mom's house. There's this whole big thing. They don't go in. She leaves a note in the mailbox. And then they split. Takes daughter back to school. And then daughter gets out of the car before Kathy leaves. She's trying to light a cigarette. And then this woman sitting in a car next to her sees her.
From the school committee.
It's not working.
Right.
The lighter's not working. So she comes over with a kitten. Her cats had kittens. So Kathy gets one, takes it to her sister. There's a long argument. Sister rejects the cat. They end up crying together.
Yeah, it's about like Kat's relationship with her mom and their relationship. And
yeah, it's this whole.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Kathy gets home and Gemma Jean, Paul, and Xander are there. Husband thought rather than forbid Xander and his daughter hanging out, he would go the other way.
Yeah, he's going to lean into it.
He's going to lean into it. I just wrote, sure.
Okay.
So later at night, Kathy is out talking with Xander. She's saying, stay away from. Now, I was under the impression at this point that she was saying, stay away from my daughter and I'll sleep with you.
I did not think that was how this conversation was.
But he says he's good. It's not an issue anymore.
Well, she says, I'm willing to negotiate with you.
Right. I don't know.
And he's like, it's too late. I don't need anything from you anymore. I'm fine. I'm happy with your daughter.
Yeah. Now, here's where, from that point to the end of the movie, this is all I've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences.
Okay.
So I wrote so many things. We found out she's bulimic. Husband finds out she smokes. Finds the cigarettes in her purse or coat or something. And actually has her light it up, which I thought this was funny. He's like, here. He goes, light it. I want to watch you smoke it. And then he shares a cigarette with her in bed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, okay, that's cool. I just don't have anywhere to place that plate on a shelf because this has all been just so everything. And then she finds out, she follows him at one point. He's not been cheating on her. He's been going to the gym. And his big thing is, you've never had a nice fucking thing to say about me at all, ever. I got here, that woman over there, because he got a coupon for a free session. She's like, I walked in and she's like, you've got beautiful eyes. We're going to get you going. Right. And all it is one of those personal trainers who is just super positive and like all in, it's like, there's certain boundaries, obviously, but they're very like intimate in their working with
Oh,
you,
absolutely.
because their goal is to make you as happy and healthy as you want to be.
Yeah.
And that's why they're doing it, because they love doing that. So like there was nothing there. I just wrote the daughter is just really kind of a fucking hag. I didn't buy into any of the shit that was going on with her.
Right.
Right. I've been to too many circuses and too many rodeos to dial in on any of this. It ends with them at another recital. The husband is filming it, and then he just like turns it and points it at Kathy, and she looks at him, and then
also the cake that they brought to the recital is very much made by a kid. It's not the perfect Pinterest cake.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess.
Well,
not
but
huge,
it's
not hugely, but yeah, it's not Pinterest level.
Right. It's
right.
Clearly actually made by the kid. So, let me tell you. I'll start.
You start. Tell me.
Okay. My evaluation of the message of this movie. Before we get into talking about like technical stuff,
right.
I want to talk about, I don't know, not necessarily story, I guess, but it is kind of story, but like kind of the message of this movie as I interpret it to be. And this is why I love watching films with you, because I love when we disagree on stuff and we can talk about it. Right.
Yeah.
So Kat is set out to be this very Stepford woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's, picture perfect. Right.
Mm-hmm. She
spends hours getting ready in the morning. She's very conscious of how she presents to the world.
Right.
What she is doing essentially is like everything that you need to be doing in order to have a life that is good, right? Like, this is what society tells you need to be doing.
Right.
You need to have the family. You need to be active in your school. You need to, this, and this. What she's got is like a recipe for like ideal life soup.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's put everything in the pot and set it on the stove. But she doesn't know what kind of soup she actually likes or wants to make, and she doesn't really know how to make soup. She's got all the ingredients and she's put them in the pot, but she doesn't know how to actually make the soup.
Right.
With soul.
It's doing by imitation, not by knowledge.
Right.
Right.
Right. And in this, I think that she has lost in doing this. I think that she has lost an image of herself as she actually is. At no point in this movie, up until she starts to engage in her flawed behavior.
Right.
The smoking, the pills, the nosing in on stuff, all the stuff like the drinking with Gemma.
Yeah.
Up until then, she almost doesn't have any personality. She's just a cardboard cutout of a person.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And in learning all of these imperfect things about life, as extreme and really fucked up as they are, right?
Yes.
She has learned that it's okay to not be perfect. And in fact, it has made her happier to not be perfect. And like the most extreme example of this, I think, is when she has this talk with her sister after her sister comes back from the rehab and is upset. You cleaned my house. You boxed all my husband's stuff up. Like, and Kathy's like, I was just trying to help you. And she's like, how is this helping? Let me grieve in my way. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Right. And also your cat's dead. Right. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that is kind of the message of this movie.
I did not enjoy this movie when we got
it's not one of my favorites.
Right. my thing, so like getting a little bit on the technical bits. My thing is every character here was super trope. Like you couldn't trope it more if you put an army of A-list writers on it.
They were all pretty two-dimensional. Or one-dimensional.
Every single one.
Yeah.
That's my problem. There's so many fucking people coming in and out of that screen, and we're bouncing around so fast. We never get a moment to breathe. And that moment to breathe is usually when the writer or director, gives us those moments of substance, a little bit of exposition, a little bit of backstory, a little bit of color and clarity on at least one thing.
Yeah.
Right. And then the shit picks up again, but we're okay. Right. Because we had that. Okay. Stop walking 30 seconds. Slow it down a little bit. Take a breath. Okay. Go. I'm good.
Right.
My thing is, and I think listeners will agree, I very seldom miss points of a movie. We've talked to people. They're always amazed at how you and I both got it. I feel like you got it.
I know.
You saw that. You really understood that.
Touched my screen and it lit up.
It came at you.
I know.
Just like that. And, again, I'll pat myself on the back. I think I'm very perceptive when it comes to films and very intuitive on when things are going. I could not engage this movie. I have never been so lost. And, we're arguing about, did it mean this? Did it mean that?
Right.
You know what? I'm just telling you how I felt in that moment as I put it on paper, but I can't argue to defend it and I can't argue against it. I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. It's not even worth discussing to me because nothing in this engaged me. I didn't like anybody.
Well, I wouldn't watch this movie
through.
Again.
No.
Even to try to root out the things that we didn't see the same.
So many things that happened were so unnecessary. It was like, pick one and let's go with that. Right?
Yeah.
Because we have all these things. It's like jack of all trades, master of none. All right. We've got A, B, C, D, E.
It was just, I was very busy.
I think to G. I think we got G. A line, B line, C line, D line, all the way to G line. Right? Of stories.
It was very, very busy.
That just begin and none of them fucking ended. None of them ended. Right? Her whole thing, like that bit when they're smoking a cigarette in bed. Is everything better? Are they going to keep smoking? See, all these little questions. I just want something. Give me fucking something to walk away with. Because that bit where he points the camera at her, I don't know what sort of massive thing that was supposed to mean philosophically or visually or contextually. All I know is thank fucking God the screen went black and we're done. I was so frustrated at the end because I really didn't like any of the characters. I didn't care. I stopped caring. And this whole thing about a woman being blackmailed by a 15-year-old who's in fucking 6th grade, to fuck him. That was wholly unnecessary. And that lent nothing to anything. Her fucking Paul was enough for the leverage and the kid saw it.
Right.
Right. And, I could see if the kid was like, here's the problem. I'm just going to say this. This was the most rapey movie I've ever seen where there wasn't actually a rape.
Yeah, it was very cringy.
Because he's like hinting and threatening at the same time that he's going to or has fucked a 12-year-old girl. Honestly, I checked out then. All my notes past that point really was just for this podcast because how many times can we just say we fucking shit to this movie to the side?
Yeah.
This is a big fail. So my big technical lesson for this is write about shit that's actually real. And let's stop involving kids in the, I don't even know what I want to call it. How about let's stop sexually exploiting kids, either actual or in theme in a fucking movie. I think we could do without that. I think there was so much shit here. We could have picked her journey should have been number one. I didn't get the journey. It's just like shit's just happening all over, and occasionally she's here. And most of the time, towards the end, I found myself not liking Kathy or feeling bad for her. I'm like, I almost feel like you're the one to blame. It sounds like you're a bitch. It sounds like you started shit with your mom. Your
Well,
sister.
that's the thing. The beginning of the movie, we're like, why is her family so harsh with her?
Yeah, what happened from good
And we
breakfast
get to
to
the
bad
movie.
breakfast?
Right.
Other than the cake won a prize.
And we get, further in the movie, and I'm like, oh, I get it. I get why her family's bitchy to her or flat out ignoring her.
Yeah, I didn't even feel like I even settled on it. That's
she's
thing.
intolerable.
Well, so are they. The daughter.
Well, yeah, they're intolerable too.
That was a stereotypical way off base. I mean, not even John Hughes fucking exaggerated.
Very flat, yeah.
Teenage angst to this level, right? I'll take Breakfast Club 1,000 times over, and I'll stand behind some of those stereotypes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just clear, generic breakdowns of what's in a high school and just some crazy shit that happens on a Saturday detention. Everyone loves that fucking movie, right?
I mean, that's kind of the thing about like this whole, like, oh man, I feel bad because I don't want to, shit on it or anything. But it was like, I don't know, just all very middle of the road.
Yeah.
Right. Direction wise, camera.
I didn't like the jumping around.
Dialogue. It was all very like, if you wanted to design a movie to be about as mediocre as a movie could get.
Right.
This would be it.
It's funny. It's almost like somebody listened to this podcast, all 130 episodes, and made a movie just to fucking get in my shit.
What's the same? It's the same problem. It's the like, here are all the ingredients for the soup. I'm going to put them in the pot.
Yep. And
then I have soup. But you don't really.
No. I hate movies that jump around forwards and backwards. Literally, there was a whole section of the movie when we took our little break. We're like, this is hard. We're here, we're there, we're here, there. I can't write about one thing and we're already in another place. And by the time I try to adjust, we're in another place.
Mm-hmm.
Never more than 3 to 4 minutes in a place, which is weird.
Or even less than that.
Yeah, that's, I think I'm being generous for the long monologues that are delivered that come from nowhere and go nowhere. I will just say this is an example of what not to write. It's poorly written. Everything that goes, if you watch this movie, take notes write down all the questions you have. Don't take notes like we do. Just have a pad and paper. And this is, I think, a good exercise overall. When something happens, write a question. Why is her family pissed at her? What's up with mom? What's up with her sister? What's this and that? And then see how many of those are actually fucking answered at the end. And if you get 1 or 2 that are answered, that's your perfect example of this was poorly written.
The acting was good.
The acting was good. And I say that because sometimes it's hard to give that compliment. Because the characters are so unsavory. And I don't mean just like they're greasy. I mean, I wish they weren't in the movie. They're just so bad. You can't polish a turd. I see the acting performances behind all of this, but I didn't feel the payoff of that performance because what they were given was just just a big turd. And there's only so much you can do. We've talked about A-listers hitting these movies. And it's like, you are an extremely talented individual, but holy shit, no. Nothing you did in this movie saved it.
Nope.
Camera work was troubling because of all the cutting, the editing. I think they go hand in hand.
It was very jumpy.
Yeah. And we went from normal movie to some instances of shaky cam. And I think it was to present tension or discord. And I fucking hate it anyway. It's funny. I was looking up something really, I saw something about photography. So one of my little, got nothing to do breaks, I'm popping through YouTube. And I actually ended up on a filmmaker's thing. And his thing was pretty good. He's like, it was about, how to shoot on a budget. And I thought, oh, well, sure. And it was like a 6-minute thing on just, with no money, what you can do with your phone, your camera, SLR, small, even a camcorder, just different things. And he made this wonderful thing, this wonderful statement about shaky cam. First of all, he said, anyone can do a shaky cam. Show you're a professional by not.
Right.
Right. And he said, everyone thinks that it's authentic or it's natural. It's natural, when you're shaking and stuff and they're running. Of course, the camera would be running. He's like, but see, the camera isn't supposed to be there.
Right.
Right. This isn't a VR play.
Right.
He said, natural should never be in film. What you want is authentic. Authentic means you are in there. And I was thinking detectorists.
Oh, yeah.
All these movies and shows we've talked about where you feel like you're there and you're just like with them, not because everything's shaking. It's because they are authentic in the atmosphere, the movement on screen and everything. And they don't need this janky thing, right? I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm watching a 2.5 hour fucking TikTok video. I want to feel like somebody made an effort to show me that they're professional and they're an artist and they mean business by showing me the story, not suffering from the DTs or whatever.
Well, I mean, like, I've gotten motion sickness watching shaky cam films.
Yeah. A lot of people do.
It's gross.
That was the whole thing with Blair Witch Project. Blair Witch Project is the one that
too.
threw it out. Cloverfield, aside from it, sucked rotten ass. Yeah, I hate it. We don't watch shaky cams.
No, we've put on a couple movies not realizing they were shaky cam and going, oh, this is found footage. Fuck it.
Now, interestingly, though, I will say there's an art to it. There's that 0.0001%, like Troll Hunter.
Yeah, Troll Hunter's fantastic.
Okay. There is something about when that fired up, because when it said, I almost hit stop. When it said this is footage was found and it's not been edited. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. Honestly, I think it's because the remote fell onto the floor. Right? And I'm like, and I didn't want to wake you up to go get it. But within the first 30 seconds of that coming on, I got to do this. I got to see this.
Yeah.
And we've had some movies that have been like that, but mostly, we're like, nope. If it's in the description, found footage, we'll run by it. We fired a couple things up that made no mention, and it's just crazy, wild, shaking stuff. We're like, nope, moving on. So
there was one we were going to do for the show, from a director that we liked.
Yes.
And then it was a found footage, and we were like, nope, let's do something else that this person has done that is not a found footage movie.
Yes. Yeah. Found footage. Shaky cam doesn't add tension or movement to the frame.
No.
If you're a true artist in filmmaking, it's the same with photography. In photography, you can't do shaky cam, right? I have to show flow, movement, everything in 100% unmoving 2-dimensional image, right? Do the same for film, folks. That's all I'm going to say on that respect. I don't know what else. I mean, I didn't really pay attention. Some of the music was horrendous because it's, the kids' music that they were trying to dial in on, which didn't fit the crowd.
Music didn't really stick out to me as anything like bad or spectacular.
Right. Actually, you know what? I just realized it didn't really either with me. And you know what that says? Music makes or breaks a movie for me. If I don't even recognize the music, I'm just thinking,
register it
or register the music, then something's terribly, terribly wrong with this film from top to bottom.
Well, that's the thing for me. It didn't register as good or bad. So, I mean, I guess it was fine.
I just identified a few things that just stuck out like a sore thumb. What was the husband's whole role in this? I mean, if he's suffering as well, why is he direct? Why are we
so far off to the side?
Yeah. you know? And then
Right.
Gemma Jean, other than that terrible name, why would you take somebody? So the lesson here in this character is she's super cool while she's stoned and drinking and taking pills. But the minute she straightens up, she's an airtight fucking bitch.
It's
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I was hoping for so much more.
I was like,
because these were good actors. Both the female leads were both like
fantastic actors. I love both of them in like almost everything that they've been in.
Right.
But this was just like, you know, when you, someone robs a convenience store and you hear the description of the robber and it's like white male, medium build, medium height, brown hair,
right.
brown eyes, go.
Yep.
And you're like, okay.
You might as well just write down on the paper, suspect's description, just put cracker.
Well, it's just like
plain. It's as plain generic.
It's like as middle of the road as you can possibly be.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's my, like, this movie, it was, I don't have the strong, like, hateful feelings about it, you know, but for me, it's just like,
gesturing to me.
Yeah, I am gesturing to you because you have the strong hateful feelings, but it was just like, it's this movie is a 4-door white sedan.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, that sums it up. It's not so much hatred. It's just anger at the poor choices of plot. Like I said, I'm so sick of kids and sex and adults in film. Fuck's sake, move on. And honestly, was the last thing I expected watching this trailer and, seeing the thing. I thought, oh, this is going to be funny. It's got some weird ass neighbors. So she's probably like a tight ass. And this thing, while cat sitting, she's out of her element. I thought this will be good. It didn't.
Yeah, the trailer and the log line both feel like a total bait and switch.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm very angry that movies like this come out because it has all this wonderful talent and it was just wasted. Absolute fucking waste. Every one of these people could have been off doing a better project together or individually. And I just hate seeing that. I hate seeing these performers, these artists that we love to see put in such a shit painting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so this one's a miss. But every movie has a lesson.
It's an emphatic shrug.
Yeah.
From me.
Like I said, my lesson is see how this is written and do the exact opposite in every way sense that you can. And you'll have a killer script.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know the story behind the production, but I get the sense that there was one person in control, right? And we know from talking to like Kyle and Hilton and David and everybody, indie people do their own stuff, but when they can, they bring in other people because you have to get away from it. You can't write it. You can't direct it. You can't edit it. You can't score it. You can't do all that without, and still be able to take a step back and look at it clean.
Sure. Right.
But, David will do things up to a point and then he'd bring somebody in.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't do this anymore. They're in the woods and there's killing and I get that. And I know it because I wrote it and shot it. And now it's to a point I need somebody to make an honest look at this. A fresh look.
Right.
A professional look. Right. Not just, what do you guys think? I feel like there was not a lot of, while there are people in the credits, I don't know. I just feel like there was a one word says all because there's so many things. I'm like, I don't even think a bad editor would have allowed this kind of stuff. I mean, an editor, and this is where the credit really goes to anything that's good because you can have the best, we talked about it, best writing, best directing, best performances.
Yeah.
But if you don't have somebody who understands story and Flo, which is the editor,
Right.
You're just going to get this hack job of shit
Yeah,
put together.
I get it.
I kind of feel like there was an editor who was like, this isn't good. We got to do this, this, and this. And there was a higher voice that said, no, leave it. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I don't care. I don't care. This is a cautionary tale.
Well.
So now that we've reached the end of this thing, what should people do?
Go check out our website, lordsofmisrulproductions.com.
Bam. Everything's
Nailed
there.
it.
Tons of stuff.
Yeah, we got all the episodes, our merch store, links to social media, Patreon, email addresses, YouTube.
Everybody. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. So, the Trejo tribute's coming up soon.
Yeah, I started reading his autobiography. Oh, man, so good.
I know. I love this human being, just in general.
Juicy. It's juicy.
We'll be reaching out to Miles in a couple of days to get some dates.
Yeah.
To figure out when to work this in. I just got to actually type out information for him so he knows what to do. And it'll just be fun. It'll be fun to talk about the movies. And I think what we're also going to do is maybe just get an IMDb list and just, go through this movie. Which of the three of us have seen it? Anyone seen it? Yeah. What'd you think? Awesome. This one. Yeah. This one. Yeah. This one. No, I didn't. Oh, but I did, kind of thing.
There are, the last time I looked, upwards of 450 acting credits.
Well,
for him on IMDb.
Yeah, but you can delineate the starring roles.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what we'll do. Well, even some of the side stuff, but yeah, he's been in the background on a lot of stuff. But there's I'm not going to say it right now, but there's that film you see him in where you're like, oh, Danny,
Danny,
you recognize
my boy.
That's where you recognize him from.
Yeah.
The next time you see him, you're like, oh, he was in that. That's the first time I saw him. Because usually he did a lot of background stuff. I mean, so far background could have almost been an extra.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, that'll be fun. And we're coming into summer. So folks, I hope you're going to get out there and do some summer stuff, whatever it is. And also take your laptop with you, or at least a pen and paper. When you're not having fun, maybe give your talent a little something to do as well. Write a page. Write some notes about what this movie you want to make. Do something, I'm starting to get
inspiration.
I'm starting to get into the whole thing of take stuff. We're going to go out and go bike riding. We're going to do stuff all this summer, but we're going to take our shit with us.
Yeah.
So that if we decide to stop, we could do a page or even a paragraph, or not a paragraph, but half a page on a script.
Yeah.
Just to have it there and do it. That marriage of it doesn't have to be one or the other. If you're like Neil Gaiman and that's all you get paid to do, well then, you got to sit at your desk and write your stuff, right? And he talked about that, but none of us are getting paid for this yet. So let's not just do one or the other. Don't sacrifice if you don't have to. You can put them together, have fun, or do what Kyle Hester does, right? Kyle Hester, when he goes on these road trips, every time he stays in a hotel, he does these hallway shots. It's just hallway shots. But you never know how fucking handy those things will be when you're making a movie.
Right.
Right? Can't go to the location, get a hallway shot. Because it's POV style. You can add music to it. You can make it, lighten it, darken it, do whatever. But he's like, if I've got 100 different hallway shots in 100 different places I've stayed on the road, I'm not going to have a problem figuring out where we're going to shoot for a hallway shot. I want it. So while you're out doing stuff, shoot some B-roll shit that you can edit into anything. I think of detectorists, just shots of insects, fields, weed. Doesn't have to be people in it.
Yeah, I love those.
Some of that stuff, it's I don't even know how old those shots may have been.
I know, but they're beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, that brings us to an end. I wish it could have been better movie, but it wasn't. But you move on.
Next week will be better. I'm just saying it.
I think it will be, because I think one that's coming up is, see, I thought this one would be too. Anyway.
I don't actually remember what the next one is, but
I'm going to believe in it.
Yeah. Be positive.
Sure.
I gave a talk on optimism this week.
You did.
I did.
You are like all over. It's awesome.
Oh, you're sweet. Anyway, be positive.
Yeah, be positive. And that's why I say take your stuff with you. Make it part of your fun. I just think it will get people past a lot of blocks. I see a lot of posts and stuff on Twitter and things, on our accounts that, people are lost, not feeling it. And it's like, well, it's because you're doing that super division, right?
I mean, that's the thing, not to get, preachy about it, but like when you choose to have, a positive outlook on stuff, whether or not you're able to accomplish what you want to accomplish, writing, getting out there, doing stuff, whatever it is, when you choose to believe that, positive things will happen and that you're, doing what you need to do, then you're going to actually see, right? Because you're putting yourself in that mindset where you're going to actually see the good things that do happen as opposed to the negative things that do happen and miss all the good things that do happen.
Well, and expectations.
Yeah.
Look, I was talking about that too. The only and we've preached this for a long time. The only expectation you should have in this field, in the creative field, is self-satisfaction.
Yeah.
What you do satisfies you. It feeds that beast. It calms that hunger of that creative beast inside you. Don't make your goals sell a script, make a lot of money. Don't make your goals, I'm going to make 5 movies and be famous and blah, blah, blah. Your goal is completing the work that you want to do that expresses what is burning inside you artistically, no matter what it is.
I know. That's like our goal. Finish the sci-fi script.
Yep.
So that we can be happy with that.
Yep.
And we can move on to this next project that's burning a hole in our hearts. It's burning a hole in my heart.
Well, both of us. And I guess, let's just close out with, it's okay to have a lot of stuff on your plate, but just like, you gotta kill your babies. You've got to focus.
Yeah.
So we've decided we're going to focus on finishing this one. And then when we get draft 1 done, we're going to put it aside, as you should always do.
Right? Oh yeah. Never do it right after you're done with it.
Never start the second draft after you write fade out on the first, right?
Give it time.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to print it out, put it aside, and then we're going to start on this next project because it's got a lot of pre-work that we got to sort. And then we're going to start writing it. And then if you have more than one project going, it's not a bad idea. You've been writing. You know what? Take a little break. Let things marinate. Go back to your first draft. Read 10 pages. Do a read through.
Yeah.
Make some edits. Put it back on the shelf. Go back to your primary work. Eventually that primary work will get done. And the very first thing you do is grab that first draft of your the previous script, tear that bitch up and make draft number 2.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's it for this week. It's been a lot of stuff.
Wonderful.
So until next week, B-siders.
Stay frosty. Oh man, I got you really good.
Oh,
that was a good laugh.
I was not expecting that. All right. Be good to one another. Be good to yourselves. This is Jim.
This is Danny.
And we will talk to you soon.
Bye.